The flu doesn't end when your fever breaks. Significant fatigue often persists for weeks after respiratory symptoms resolve, and nutritional deficits accumulated during illness contribute substantially to this prolonged exhaustion. During acute flu, your body consumes micronutrients at accelerated rates. Zinc and selenium are used heavily by your immune response. B vitamins are depleted, supporting energy metabolism during fever. If you had poor intake during illness, which most people do, you've created deficiencies that don't automatically resolve when the virus clears. Muscle protein breakdown happens during fever and periods of reduced activity. You may have lost several pounds of muscle mass during a week of severe illness with inadequate protein intake. This muscle loss contributes directly to the weakness and fatigue you experience during recovery. If antibiotics were prescribed for secondary bacterial infection, your gut microbiome has been disrupted. This affects nutrient absorption, immune function, and even mood and energy through the gut-brain axis. Recovery nutrition requires a deliberate plan. Gradually increase calories back to baseline plus a bit extra for tissue repair. Emphasize protein at 1.2 to 1.5 grams per kilogram body weight daily for 2 to 4 weeks to rebuild lost muscle mass. Replenish depleted micronutrients through varied, nutrient-dense diet. Specific recovery nutrients include iron if anemia developed from the infection or if you lost appetite for iron-rich foods. Fatigue is a hallmark of iron deficiency. Vegetarian iron sources need pairing with vitamin C for optimal absorption. B vitamins support energy metabolism and are found in fortified grains, eggs, and meat. Magnesium supports muscle function and energy production, found in nuts, seeds, whole grains, and leafy greens. Appetite often rebounds strongly during recovery, leading to intense cravings. This is your body signaling it needs to replenish, but choose nutrient-dense foods rather than just comfort foods. It's easy to overconsume calories when appetite returns, but activity is still limited, potentially gaining unwanted weight during recovery. As you return to normal activity, time carbohydrate intake around physical activity for energy. Continue adequate protein, supporting muscle recovery from both the illness and the deconditioning from bed rest. Stay well hydrated as you gradually increase exercise. The timeline matters for expectations. Most people need 1 to 2 weeks of focused recovery nutrition. Some require longer, especially if illness was severe or if they were nutritionally marginal before getting sick. However, if fatigue persists beyond 4 weeks despite adequate nutrition and rest, this could indicate post-viral syndrome or chronic fatigue, requiring medical evaluation rather than just nutritional intervention. Prevention of future depletion is worth considering. Maintaining better nutrition during the acute illness phase, even though it's difficult, reduces the deficit you need to recover from. Baseline good nutritional status before illness provides a buffer against depletion. People who are well-nourished going into an illness generally recover faster and more completely. Practical recovery meal planning might include protein-rich breakfast like eggs with whole grain toast, mid-morning snack with Greek yogurt and berries, lunch with lean protein, whole grains, and vegetables, afternoon protein smoothie, dinner with fatty fish, sweet potato, and leafy greens, evening snack if needed with nuts or cheese. The mistake many people make is assuming that once fever resolves, they're fully recovered. But you're emerging from illness depleted and deconditioned. Your body needs resources to rebuild. Neglecting recovery nutrition extends the fatigue and weakness unnecessarily. Think of recovery nutrition as completing the healing process rather than as optional after the acute phase ends.